Today we'll discuss about the introduction of cells. Am I audible? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Okay. So the term cell was coined in the year 1665 by the person named Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke was the first person to see the cells under the microscope. He is known as the founder or inventor of the microscope. He discovered the first microscope. Until 1665, no one knows about the microscope. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So in the year 1665, Robert Hooke was the first person to invent or discover the microscope and observe the cells under the microscope. So this is ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇದು? This is the group of cells, hexagonal or rectangular shaped cells ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದಾವ? So this is what he observed. The bottle cork. Bottle cork, it is a plant material. He was able to make his own microscope and observe it under the microscope. So this is the structure he found. Hexagonal structures or squarish structures that he called them as the cell. Later, in the year 1663, Anton von Leeuwenhoek was the first person to observe the teeny living organisms which were found in the pond water. Pond water ಅಲ್ಲಿ Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he was able to observe the cells under the microscope. Okay. And he was able to identify or notice some living organisms such as ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ಇದು? ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ Paramecium, Euglena, Diatoms, and some Serratium, Euglena, Paramecium, Chlamydomonas, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದ್ವು. Okay. So he was able to observe these animalcules, they are called as animalcules, under the microscope. There are various number of contributors or scientists who discovered who are able to observe the different types of cells. Schleiden was able to discover the plant cells. Schwann was able to discover the animal cells. Animal cells are composed of the cells. Plants are also composed of cells. Okay. So there are a number of contributors who proved that body of an organism is made from cells. And they called them as structural and functional unit of all the living organisms. Cells are the structural and functional unit of living organisms. Okay, because all the activities of the living organisms are performed by the cells. That's why cells are called as structural and functional unit of the living organisms. And all the cells are, this is called as cell theory. Cell theory says that body of all the organisms is made from cells. Cell is the structural and functional unit of living organisms. All the cells are produced from pre-existing cells. That means what? Hangandrenu. All the cells are produced from pre-existing cells andrenu. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ. So all the cells ಈಗ all the cells are produced from the pre-existing cells means the cells are not created. Cells may not be created. They are produced from the pre-existing cells, means the cells which are existing earlier, ಮುಂಚೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ cells ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. They cannot be created. So this is the meaning. All the cells are produced from the pre-existing cells. Okay. And cell is the smallest functioning part of the organism. This is the smallest unit of the organisms. And the shape and size of the cell varies from tissue to tissue. Even in the same species, the size and shape varies. The shape of the cell may be spherical, round kirutte, or oval, or spindle shaped, or elongated, cylindrical, cubical, polygonal, or it may be irregular in its shape. ಬೇರೆ ತರ shape ಇದೆ. And shape of the cell is related to the function. ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ತರ shape ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is relied upon its function. Secretory cells, they are of different shape. Okay, digestive cells, they are of different shape. Absorptive cells which are present in the digestive system or intestine, finger like projections ಇರ್ತವೆ. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರ cell ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Different types of shape of the cell is related to its function. And most of them are microscopic. Almost all the cells are microscopic. They cannot be seen with a naked eye. They can only be seen under the microscope. And unicellular means composed of one cell. Multicellular means composed of many cells. Okay. And size of the cell varies. So these are all different types of cells which are found in our body. Can you able to identify these cells? ಯಾವ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ಗಳಿವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಯಾವುದು? blood cells, right? Red blood cells especially. And ಇದು ಯಾವುದು? This is a lung cell. This is nerve cell. This is leaf cell. This is bone cell. This is bacterial cell. This is sperm and egg cell. ನೋಡಿ, you can observe the different sizes and shapes of the cells. It varies according to the shape, according to the function, according to its function. So some cells are smaller in size, some cells are larger in size, isn't it? The size varies. And egg of ostrich is the biggest cell. Egg of ostrich is a single cell having the size of 17.5 centimeter in its diameter. 17.5 centimeter in its diameter. And the smallest cell is the nerve cell in the animal body. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ನರ್ವ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂರೋನಿಮೋನಿಯಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ಪ್ಲೂರೋನಿಮೋನಿಯಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮು PPLO ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಲೂರೋನಿಮೋನಿಯಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್, measuring about 1 microns in its diameter. So that's about the shape and size of the cell. This is white blood cell. This is white blood cell which is engulfing the microorganism. So the process of engulfing is called as phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. This is what is this? Sperm cell. This is an egg cell. This is an egg cell. Okay. So they are having different shape. Egg cell is having circular in shape. Sperm cell is having its own head and tail, isn't it? This is the cell of. This is one cell. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಗಳಿವು. So these are the cells of xylem. Xylem is what? Xylem is the water conducting tissue present in the plants. Red blood cells. This is the smallest cell found in the animal body. Nerve cell. Neuron ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಸೆಲ್ಲು? So these are the cells found in the ಎಲ್ಲಿದು? Where it is found? It is found in the intestine. Microvilli, finger-like projections found in the intestine. So these cells are meant for absorption of the digested food material. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, this is cell junction, tight junction, desmosomes. This is gap junction. So they are meant for different functions. So microvillus, finger-like extensions of plasma membrane present in the small intestine and also kidneys. In the kidneys also these finger-like projections are found to increase the absorptive surface area of the cell. Desmosomes, gap junctions. Okay. Then what is meant by a cell? Cell is defined as an unit of protoplasm bounded by cell wall in plants and cell membrane in animal cells. Of course, the plants are having both the membranes, cell membrane and cell wall, isn't it? But in case of animal cells, only the cell membrane or plasma membrane is the outermost boundary. Okay. This is a structure of animal cell having different types of cell organelles. Okay. This is called as ultrastructure because when we observe it under the microscope, you are able to observe different types of cell organelles. This is an outermost boundary called as plasma membrane. Athwa, it is also called as plasma lemma or cell membrane. ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ, cell membrane, plasma membrane and plasma lemma. Okay. So ultrastructure of an animal cell is consisting of two regions. One is cell membrane and internal part is called as the whole thing, cytoplasm, cell organelles and cytoskeleton, microtubules, centrioles, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, mitochondria, all the things includes the protoplasm. Outermost is cell membrane, inner region is called as protoplasm. Here, living part of the cell is called as protoplasm. This is the living part. Okay. And internally, the protoplasm includes the whole part is called as protoplasm. Here again this protoplasm is divided in two parts. One is called as nucleus and the remaining all part is called as cytoplasm. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಈಗ cell may be divided into two parts. One is plasma membrane and innermost region is called as protoplasm. Living part is called as protoplasm. And here again the centrally located nucleus or this is called as nucleoplasm. This part is called as nucleoplasm and remaining part is called as cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm is having nucleus. Cytoplasm is having cell organelles. Okay. And non-living substances of this cytoplasm is called as deuteroplasm. Non-living part is called as deuteroplasm. Okay. Now let's discuss about the cytoplasmic structures. Cytoplasm alli ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Let's discuss. Outermost boundary, we call it as plasma membrane. Internally, endoplasmic reticulum. This is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is very close to the nucleus, Golgi bodies. This is Golgi body, mitochondria, ribosomes, which are present on the endoplasmic reticulum, microtubules, which are the part of cytoskeleton, lysosomes, and these are centrioles. Centrioles are present in the animal cell, not in plant cell. Lysosomes, cilia may be present, or they may be having flagella and some vacuoles. So this is about the internal structure. Now let's discuss. So this is the same thing that I have explained here. This is the cell having the outer boundary. Inner is the nucleoplasm. This is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is having mitochondria, vacuoles, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, nucleolus, okay, lysosomes, centrioles, etc. Now let's discuss about the the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is having nucleus, isn't it? Nucleoplasm allenide nucleus. Nucleus is an important part of the cell. It is the most important part of the cell, and it is bounded by a membrane called as double membrane. Is double layered membrane called as nuclear membrane. Okay, double layered nuclear envelope is present. Internally, it is having chromatin material. It is having chromatin material. Ilella irtakkantadu idiyalla, idella all this is chromatin material. Chromatin material and DNA is also present. So chromatin material undergoes coiling and condensation, which appears like rods during mitosis. Cell division ಆಗುವಾಗ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ in the form of rods or ribbon like structures. They are called as chromosomes. Okay. And centrally located nucleolus. This small round shaped structure present within the nucleus is called as nucleolus. Okay. So what is the function of this nucleus? Nucleus is ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೋ? What is the function of this? Nucleus is having DNA, chromosomes, chromatin material. So all the metabolic activities and the hereditary activities are under the control of the nucleus. All the metabolic activities and hereditary activities are controlled by the nucleus. Okay. And nucleus is having a colorless fluid inside. Illi colorless fluid irutade. It is called as nuclear sap. Nuclear sap. Okay. And network of chromatin material. So this is about the nucleus. Next is about the mitochondria. So what is mitochondria? Mitochondria ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is mitochondria? Mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell. Yake? Why it is called as powerhouse of the cell? Yake adana powerhouse of the cell? It is the region where the synthesis of ATP takes place. It contains almost all the enzymes required for synthesis of ATP. Okay. And it is again a double membraned. Nuclear membrane. Nucleus is also bounded by double layered plasma membrane. Okay. And here mitochondria is also bounded by a double membrane. Okay. And this is called as powerhouse of the cell because it synthesizes the food mat- it synthesizes the energy inside. Okay. And mitochondria, mitos means thread, chondria means bodies, rod like structures. Okay. Mitochondria ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And here the food is converted into energy. That is energy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Energy is in the form of adenosine triphosphate. They contain enzymes for the Krebs cycle and oxidative phosphorylation. Krebs cycle ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Last time ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Krebs cycle is taking place inside the mitochondria, and oxidative phosphorylation means synthesis of ATP is taking place inside the mitochondria. They are the centers of cell respiration and releasing the energy. Okay, it consumes oxygen and produces carbon dioxide. Okay, so this process is called as biological oxidation. Oxygen ಅನ್ನು consume ಮಾಡಿ carbon dioxide release ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ, so this is called as, so this is taking place inside the cell, inside the mitochondria. This is called as biological oxidation. Next is endoplasmic. So we are discussing about endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is the network of membranes or membrane-bound cavity distributed throughout the cytoplasm. It consists of cisternae, tubules, and vesicles. It gives mechanical support to the cell, and its function is synthesis of fatty acids, phospholipids, and glycogen. ಮೂರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Synthesis of fatty acids, phospholipids, and glycogen. Okay. Next is ribosomes. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum and another one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. ಎರಡು ತರ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ರಫ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಮೂತ್. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum because it is having ribosomes. When it is having ribosomes, the surface appears rough. So these endoplasmic reticulum are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. In some regions, it looks smooth. Surface is not having any granules, any ribosomes. So then it is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Functions of these two are different. Other ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಇದರ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಬೇರೆ. Okay. And rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in synthesis of proteins. Protein synthesis ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ because ribosomes are present here. Okay. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes lipids, fatty acids, fatty acids and glycogen because it is not having any ribosomes. Ribosomes ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ synthesis of ಕೇಳಿಸಿದೆಯೇನ್ರೆ proteins. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is not having any ribosomes, so it synthesizes fatty acids, phospholipids, and glycogen. Okay. Next is Golgi apparatus, or it is commonly called as Golgi body. Golgi body is again one of the cell organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. It is also membrane bound organelle. ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು membrane bound organelle, and it is having different shapes, having tubules, vesicles, and lamellae. Tubules ಗಳಿದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಇವು ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದಾವ ಗಾಲ್ಗಿ ಆಪರೇಟಸ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಲ್ಗಿ ಆಪರೇಟಸ್. ಶೇರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇರಿ, ಹೆಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಾಲ್ಗಿ apparatus. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಗಾಲ್ಗಿ apparatus? Golgi apparatus is found in different shapes, that is tubules, vesicles, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಉದ್ದುದಕ್ಕಿರವೆಲ್ಲ ಲ್ಯಾಮೆಲ್ಲೆ, saucer or cup like saucer like structures, ಲ್ಯಾಮೆಲ್ಲೆ, tubules, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ tubules ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, and vesicles means rounded in shape. Okay. And function of this Golgi apparatus is, ಅದರ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು? So either main function is to receive. It receives and modifies. Receiving and modifying. ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಇಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್, ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್. ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು? ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಬಂದದ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸೋದು, ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್, ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಸೇರಿಸೋದು, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ addition of carbohydrates to the lipids, then it is called as glycolipid. Addition of protein to the ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ಗೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಆ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜಸ್, ಈ ತರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ರಿಸೀವ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಸ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. And directs the new materials, and it gives a direction to the materials synthesized on the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. And next is lysosomes. Lysosomes, as we all know that they are called as suicidal bags of the cell, because they are involved in intracellular digestion. You can see the round structures, so they are called as lysosomes. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are nothing but the membrane-bound structures, membrane-bound vesicles. They are involved in intracellular digestion. They are having the enzymes. Those enzymes are called as hydrolytic enzymes. Hydrolytic enzymes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What are hydrolytic enzymes? Hydrolytic enzymes means these are the enzymes which catalyzes the rate of reactions by addition of a molecule of water. ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ವಿತ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ದ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಟೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ರೋಕನ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ catalytic in nature. That's why they are called as hydrolytic enzymes. They increase the rate of reaction. Okay. And they are involved in extracellular digestion or intracellular digestion. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಎ ಸೆಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಗಾಲ್ಗಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತು, ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗೀತು ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೋ ಲೈಸೋಸೋಮು, ಎಂಡೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಕ್ ರೆಟಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಹಾಳಾಯ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ಲೈಸೋಸೋಮ್ is in action. It brings about the digestion of the cell organelles or cell debris. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. and it converts into nutrients. Converts into nutrients. So that is a function of lysosomes. Okay. Next is about the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. Plasma membrane is the outermost boundary of the cell. Its function is ಏನಾದ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ದೀರೇನ್ರಿ? ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ. The term cell membrane or plasma membrane was coined by Nageli in the year 1855, and it is thin, elastic, dynamic boundary, and it is semi-permeable. Semi-permeable means it allows some molecules to enter inside and also outside the cell. ಕೆಲವು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ and similarly ಕೆಲವು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. That's why it is called as semi-permeable membrane, or it is also called as selectively permeable dynamic boundary of the cytoplasm. Okay. It encloses the cell and cell organelles. Cells ಮತ್ತು cell organelles ಗಳನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, and it is measuring about 75 angstrom units in its thickness, and it is made up of ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು cell membrane? Proteins and lipids. It is made from proteins and lipids. Okay. And lipids are arranged in the form of bilayer. Bilayer ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Two layers, double layers. Here, this is the plasma membrane. This is another plasma membrane. This is a gap between the cells. This is one nerve cell. This is another nerve cell. Here is a gap. So this is plasma membrane or cell membrane. This is under the transmission electron microscope. Transmission electron microscope ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗೆದ ಈ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. Neurons, nerve cells. So this is a cell membrane having what is this? Round structures ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಏನಿವೆಲ್ಲ? ಹೆಡ್. ಏನು ಹೆಡ್? ಇದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಡ್. ಬಟನ್ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದವಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿವು? This is one lipid having head and tail, head and tail, head and tail. ಈ ತರ. It is round ಇದೆ. Lipid bilayer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ವಾಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Cytoplasm is having liquid, isn't it? Cytoplasm ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Outside is also water. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ? In an animal cell, the whole cell is surrounded by ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ? This is cell I am telling about. ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಹೊರಗಡೆನೂ ವಾಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ವಾಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? Water means here cytoplasm is present. Outside the cell is also water is there. Fluid medium is there. This is a lipid. Lipid bilayer. These are the heads. These are a pair of tails. So head is directed outwards. Here is another head, another layer having the head directed towards water. This is also directed towards the head is always directed towards water. Here also head is directed towards water. So head of the lipid is hydrophilic. Head of the lipid is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is meant by hydrophilic? Hydrophilic ಅಂದ್ರೆ hydro means water. Philic means affinity. The head of the lipids are having affinity towards the water. That's why they are called as hydrophilic heads. Hydrophilic heads are outwardly directed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, towards the water. ಇಲ್ಲಿ inwardly directed towards the water. Okay. And tails are directed at one side. Inside the plasma. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು. That's why these tails are called as ಏನಿದು? Heads are hydrophilic. Tails are hydrophobic. Hydrophobic tails and hydrophilic heads. Okay. So this cell membrane gives a definite shape to the cell, and it protects the cell from the outer environment. It protects the cytoplasm and cell organelles, and the plasma membrane or cell membrane gives a definite shape to the cell. So this is a function of plasma membrane. Okay. Shall we stop here? ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು.